After 31 years in the Communication Arts Department at Hood College, Professor Donna Bertazzoni is retiring. Known for her caring, empathetic, and energetic nature, Professor Bertazzoni will surely be missed. And the most surprising thing of all is that being an educator was not originally a part of her plans.
It was a very serendipitous experience. Way back in the 1980s, I worked at the Herald Mail in Hagerstown, and one of my co-workers there was Al Weinberg, the former professor of journalism and former director of the Communication Arts program. And he left the Herald Mail, went to the Carroll County Times, and from the Carroll County Times he came here to Hood as a full-time assistant professor. So he came and he was talking to the IT people about computers, and I ran into him and I said, well, how do you like teaching at Hood? And he said, well, I'm finishing up my 5-week Christmas vacation. And I said, are there going to be any jobs there anytime soon? And he said, well, yeah, there's one opening up in the fall. Are you interested? And it's like, yeah, tell me about it. And I came, I interviewed, I was hired, and as they say, the rest is history.
Professor Bertazzoni has been an integral part of Hood's Communication Arts Department since she joined in August of 1987, and she never looked back.
From the get-go, I knew that this was the right place for me. The students were wonderful, my colleagues were wonderful, and I still am friendly with some of those very first students. Hood is home because of my colleagues. It's the home away from home. I have had, through the years, the best colleagues here in the English department, across the staff, in other departments. It's just a wonderful place to be. There's always a smiling face at Hood College.
After leaving the books behind, Professor Bertazzoni plans to keep herself busy with a combination of traveling and charity work.
In September, with 2 other couples, my husband and I are going to Italy, and that will be lots of fun. Beyond that, I'm going to get involved in volunteer work. One of the things that I've not done enough of through the years is give back to the community. I've already gotten involved in Historic Shepherdstown Commission, so I'm on the board of that, and there's a museum that the Historic Shepherdstown Commission maintains in downtown Shepherdstown. So I'm hoping to get more involved in that.
Professor Bertazzoni also wants to volunteer with services that help the elderly of Shepherdstown, as well as joining Read Aloud, an organization that brings storytellers to elementary schools. But still, leaving Hood College will not be an easy goodbye.
So one thing you should know is we are all in total denial that Donna Bertazzoni is actually leaving. I cannot imagine this department without her. I cannot imagine her office without a constant stream of students, both current and former.
So my first class was on Wednesday, and it was the seminar with Professor Bertazzoni. And we were going around the room doing, the usual day 1 introductions. And it was like, where you're from, what you're interested in, and a fun fact. And so for where I was from, I was the first person in the class to say anything. I was like, oh, I'm Tim, I'm from, just south of Boston, Massachusetts. And her head whips around and she goes, oh, I'm from Boston, kind of how Professor Bertazzoni talks. And it just kind of hit it off from there. And it was wild to have, my first college experience be that settling, because I was really nervous about the whole thing.
Thanks for making communications law a little bit less painful.
I just wanted to say how much I appreciate Professor Bertazzoni, because my very first interaction with her was getting assigned her as my advisor, and coming in from the military, nobody else could understand all my journalism credits, and she came in, even though it wasn't like a day she was supposed to work, and helped me and got me all set up for school when I had less than a week to get everything arranged, and ever since then she's been nothing but helpful and wonderful. I'm gonna miss her a lot.
I may have been a colleague, but I was just as much a student as well. You taught me so much, not simply by pointing out certain things, but just by your actions every day. Watching you every day and how you run you run the department, how you run your class, how you really manage a class during a semester.
The nice thing is that we know we will continue to see her, and we'll continue to get her husband's fantastic cookies.
Best wishes for a great retirement.
I hope you have fun doing all those retirement things that retired people do.
Okay, Donna, does this mean we get to go to lunch and walk around at the Shoppies in Shepherdstown? I'm just saying.
Well, Professor Bertazzoni, I just wanted to say thank you for everything. It's been a pleasure being one of your students. I've had a lot of fun, learned a lot along the way as well, and I just want to say that we'll miss you, and Hood won't be the same without you next year.